Oh, Seven Citizens Black here from Casa Black Gaming, and so with the new huge update to Star Citizen 4.0 comes a new moment in the game where we finally have multiple systems, and as the patches leading up to 4.0 came into existence, many new changes to overall gameplay also happened, making pretty much all guides before this useless. Well, I aim to change that with a handful of various topics, which I will post in one large video guide, and then also break up into smaller chunk-sized guides by topic. But no matter how you find these guides, they will all be quick, to the point, with useful timestamps below and in their own playlist on my YouTube channel. These guides will be aimed at either new players or players who might have taken a break and are fresh to Pyro and all the game has to offer, so no matter your skill level, you should get something out of these guides. So let's stop the chattering and get to the info. This takes up where the last guide left off, which was how to fly. So if you're wondering why we're starting out in the middle of nowhere, that is why. Now, as I stated in the last video on how to fly and leave your hangar, once outside the hangar, you're going to want to pitch up while in the cockpit view. And you want these altimeter lines to be level and going in a positive number at a pitch of about 65 or more, as you see here. It's also time to quickly talk about flight modes. All ships have a couple of major flight modes, one of which is a weapons-free flight mode, and the other is a quantum travel flight mode. Now, I'm not going to be going in a lot on these flight modes, and they will be changing in the future and are one of the most controversial aspects of the game at the moment, and we do expect them to receive an overhaul in 2025. But for now, you need to know that holding down B takes you from the default mode of weapons on to your quantum mode, where you can use your quantum drive. As of right now, when you need to go into combat, you need to hold B and you will see your quantum UI disappear and your guns appear up in the left hand corner. Now, if you're in nav mode, you're going to see the fuel listed in the upper left hand corner instead, and you will see either a red bar in the center, as you see here, saying disabled in atmosphere, or if you're already out of the atmosphere, it will be green. It turns green when it's safe to use your quantum travel. A quick note though about the different modes. When you're in combat mode, you are slower in flight and your shields are turned on. When you're in nav mode, you're speedy, but you have no weapons and no shields active. So make sure you're comfortable and understand which mode you're in at all times. Anyway, back to flying. So you stay pitched up and fly until it's safe to quantum travel with that green bar saying online. Now you open up your star map by pressing F2. You're looking for a little marker of a station, which should be really close to your green location marker, as you see here on my screen. Now, depending on which starter planet you chose, you might see Seraphim Station, as mine shows. If you're stationed on Area 18, you're going to see Bajini Point. If you are on Lorville, you're going to see Everest Harbor. And if you started on Microtech, you're going to see Port Tressler. Regardless of which one you need to go to, click the station and new information about it is going to appear in the upper left hand corner. It shows you the different amenities that the station has, and then you want to click the green route button, which will set your course to that station, and then you're going to see an orange line that's going to appear that's going to show your path. Then just close the map screen with F2. Then from your cockpit view, move the ship until you see your little icon to jump to and line up the center reticle with that icon. The icon is going to show you the name of your destination, and it should match with what you chose, and the distance, and you're going to hear the engine calibrating and getting ready. Once it's calibrated, you just click your left mouse button and you will immediately jump to that location. Should be a short jump since the station is just overhead. If for some reason the jump did not work, move away from the icon and then back to it and then recalibrate, and that usually works. It's kind of a shut it off and turn it back on fix. Anyway, once you've jumped, you should be within visual distance of the station and you will need to move toward the station. I would only go about 300 to 500 meters per second on approach, slowing down to around 250 once the docking ports become pretty visible. The stations are going to look different from mine, but they all have similar landing hangars. You're either going to be assigned a top-down hangar or a fly-into side hangar. Regardless, this screen shows the shapes and what to look for you to fly to. If you see white names listed, those are other players and ships. Traveling toward those can also be a clue as to where to land at. Once you're about this close, it's pretty safe to call the ATC for a landing. Remember that shortcut key is the left Alt and N by default. Once you call, they should give you a hangar to fly to. If you do not get a hanger assigned on the first go, try to press it again once you're a little closer. You'll know it happened right away after pressing the button if it worked, because a little message at the top will say hanger requested completed. And then you will see a tiny little map icon with the hanger and the name, and you'll know to fly toward that. Mine says Casablanca Small Hanger. For this, I go into third person view a lot. They gave me a top down hanger, which means I will need to get over the hanger doors and drop down into them. As you approach and get over the doors, you should put your landing gear down now by pressing N. This will slow you down and make it easier to not crash. Now, to make things even easier, I like to rotate the camera to an above view, but some prefer to use the cockpit view. A quick note with camera angles too is you can set presets for specific angles by holding down your camera free button, which could be F4 or Z, and then one of the number keys on the keypad on your left. A quick note with camera angles is you can set presets for specific angles by holding down your camera free look button, which could be F4 or Z, and then one of the number keys on the keypad. Now for my landings, I always set mine to the 3 key, so I press and hold Z and the 3 key for a few seconds, and then that landing view is always set. Now keep in mind that it only saves those views for that specific ship, so if you have any other ships, you would need to set the position again on that one and then hold your button and number key to set it for that ship, which is good because not all ships are the same size. At any time, you can also reset the view by pressing either the F4 or Z key and the star key, which is on the number keypad as well. Anyway, you will lower your ship into the hangar once you're clear in the door by pressing left control, and go down by changing your speed with the mouse wheel, rolling back to slow the ship down, and hold control until you've landed on the floor of the hangar. You will know you were successful when you hear the ATC say that you've landed, or you're going to hear the hangar door start to close. Congratulations, you have landed at your very first space station. Space stations can offer up a variety of goods, from personal armor and weapons to ship parts and ship weapons. You can get food, drink, medical supplies. You can take hauling contracts and pick up commodities to sell and trade. You can drop off mining minerals to refine, or pick up mining supplies and components, or cargo supplies, etc. Now in the next video, we're going to discuss leaving the station and heading down to a planet to repair, refuel, or do missions. Okay, so that's it for this 4.0 little guide, but as mentioned, this is a small guide on a single topic, but there will be a larger guide with all topics in one, so do look for more guides on 4.0, which are all in their own playlist, as I will have quite a few of them. Or you can look for that larger overall guide if that's your thing. Now, if you found anything helpful here, then please consider liking and subscribing, as that really helps my channel grow. I also have a Discord where all are welcome, and we have many nice helpful players who cover a wide range of time zones who can answer questions directly, or even help to offer assistance in game, so come on over. Anyway, I've been Black, and let's keep it positive out there as we make our way through the verse.